Hey y'all, how you doing today? Just wanted to talk about some things I did today, especially since my plans changed for the middle part of the day. I was not expecting to go outside the house other than to get to some feed when Cymbre left for work this morning. Maybe a half hour later, the electric company pulled up saying that they're cutting off the power because we have a neighbor that is putting a mobile home on his property, and they needed to run electricity out to it. So we had power out for about 2 or 3 hours. I went out to get the feed, came back, and it was on. And then since my day got changed around, I went ahead and did a few other errands I needed to do. Then came home. But before I left to go get the feed, I did something around the garden area. You may have seen Cymbre start that in another video. She added leaves to our garden beds over, as you can see, on that end. And over the weekend, we got leaves from Cymbre's grandmother's and brought them back, and I was able to put all those leaves in our garden space. And so let me show you. Okay, so we got about 5.5 bags of leaves from Cymbre's grandmother's. I finished off of this first bed here, went all the way across as much as I could. Now at her place, it's mainly oaks. I mean, we have a few oaks here, but most of the leaves that we put on the garden bed last weekend was from the pear trees, and maybe a little bit from the sweet gums, if there were sweet gum leaves that blowed over. Plus, in the goat's pen, that tree right there is an oak, so some of those leaves came in. This is a different variety of oaks from Cymbre's grandmother's place, so we have a good variety of compost, because again, you don't always want the exact same stuff for everything, because then the different nutrients that the different plants have don't get into your soil. So I finished that bed up, and then I got this end of this bed. Obviously the chickens decided to scratch through, which is normal whenever we put leaves down. I did also add a whole lot more leaves over here in our patch. That's where most of the leaves went. Now our dogs did get into the bags because they were in our trailer, and we don't have solid sides, so they were able to get their snouts in and pull on the trash bags and break them open. So we had some spilled leaves out in the driveway, and that made a big huge mess, but got most of those leaves back here. There are still some leaves over in the driveway that I still need to pull up and put over here, so we'll see how soon I can get that done. Hopefully tomorrow morning before it rains, because it's supposed to rain tomorrow at some point. Now the purpose of this is to give the soil some brown material to decompose and add into the dirt. You always want a good ratio of green and browns. Now all the dead plants from the garden from this year are also here, so that's some more stuff that can be added to the dirt. So hopefully this ground will be good when we go to get it prepped later on, either in January or February, so we can start planting for our garden next year. This dirt last year, whenever we added leaves to it in the patch on that end, had really good soil. Not only was it from the leaves, but it was also from our compost pit it was able to turn over pretty good, even though it may not look like it does, but since our chickens go through it, it works really well to helping the dirt. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I'm gonna. That is some really good, nice, dark, rich soil that is being created in this pit. So that's what we've been doing to get our garden started on the preparation for the following year. As I said, Cymbre did do some of the prep in an earlier video, I think over the weekend. And so, sorry. So it was good to get this done so that we didn't have to worry about the dogs pulling on the bags and breaking the bags up even more. But also starting to get our ground prepped. And as you can probably see, and I'm sure Cymbre probably had mentioned, over here is some really good dirt, some nice dark, good soil. That's because we put wood chips around the beds, or at least we try to. And especially on this side of this one bed, we had wood chips piled up pretty high, and so it's just decomposed pretty well and has been able to turn into dirt pretty good. And so we'll probably move some of this dirt from out here into the garden bed. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching the video. Push the thumbs up to like the video. Also hit that subscribe button, also the bell, so that you can get notifications when our videos come out.
Check us out on our social media pages too. The links are below. Bye, y'all.
Bye.